But now we're going to get to our favorite part. It's bowl season.
That it is.
A wonderful time of the year. And we're going to kind of go quickly through all of these bowl games as quick as we can. We'll talk a little bit about them and, of course, talk about the major ones, the kind of smaller ones, and just some interesting matchups in these. So we start December 17th at noon. You just get off work early, and just go watch this. Middle Tennessee and Toledo in the Bahamas Bowl, the unsponsored Bahamas Bowl. I will gladly sponsor it.
What a way to start the freaking bowl season, because this game I feel is always crazy.
It always delivers. First of all, the atmosphere there is crazy because there's no rules.
Yeah, absolutely not. I think you can open carry beer and stuff in.
Yeah, you can bring in your own stuff. As long as you bring it to the armed guards that are standing there with machine guns, you're good to go.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just a good old boy from Toledo, Ohio, and you get your boys out and you both come in with you and your boys come in with a case of beer each. I mean, what a day.
Yeah, people were walking on the track on the sideline of those games years ago. Yeah. It's just wild. And, of course, it's had some good games. Central Michigan, of course, a few years ago, almost completed that crazy comeback.
Yeah, against Western Kentucky.
And then lost on the 2-point conversion. It's a wild game. Eastern Michigan had a big-time win down there one year. Just a lot of fun usually when this game is played. And just a wait, get ready to start it off. Also on Friday, this game is exciting. I'm really excited for this one. 6 o'clock is Northern Illinois and Coastal Carolina in the Cure Bowl in Orlando, Florida. Northern Illinois went from 0-6 to the MAC champions. And this year, Coastal Carolina 10-2. Had a great season again. Not as great, of course, as last year when they went undefeated, but still a good season for them. And this should be a heck of a game between these two teams. Coastal's a 10.5-point favorite in this one, which is kind of wild. But it's going to be kind of fun to see Rocky Lombardi against Grayson McCall.
Yeah. What stadium is this? It's the soccer stadium.
Yeah, they're playing at the soccer stadium because it's smaller
in Orlando. Because I was like, I know it's not the Mountain House. Who else plays in Orlando?
Yeah,
but, that game's exciting. I'm excited to watch that one.
Yeah,
it's going to be 85. Oof.
Oh, that's it. Coastal's going to be used to that. So Northern Illinois, get ready.
It's sponsored by Tail Greeter. What in the world is Tail Greeter?
I'm not entirely sure.
I'm on it. You can keep going. I'll update you.
Full slate on December 18th with the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl.
Interesting.
All right. At 11 a.m. between Western Kentucky and App State. These two teams are going to break the scoreboard. Bailey Zappi, quarterback for Western Kentucky. You have Chase Bryce, quarterback for App State. This game's going to be insane. It's at FAU Stadium. The over-under in this game is 67.5. It's going to be wild.
Okay, Tail Greeter update. Tail Greeter, when you pull up their website, says connecting you with the best tailgates at every game. So this is a website specifically designed to get you drunk and ready for a football game or whatever sporting event. So it's going to find you the best tailgates and I guess give you set tailgate spots.
Okay, yeah. So there's this one on here for Chargers and Chiefs, $30 a person.
Yeah.
They have ticket packages for the Cure Bowl. You have a sideline game ticket.
Oh.
A tailgate. I believe that's something else. It looks like, yeah.
Why are we not going?
I know this is great. That's
awesome.
They're doing it for the Boca Raton Bowl too. They have stuff for West Ham and Arsenal, a free event over in England. This is a great business idea.
I love it. I'm all about it.
It's insane. They have all of these for all the bowl games. It looks like, it looks like they have packages for almost all the at least all the post Christmas games. It looks like too. So,
well, heck yeah,
this is a smart idea. Whoever came up with this,
good
for them. Anyway, getting back to the bowl schedule, at noon you have the Celebration Bowl, HBCU National Championship for D1 between Jackson State and South Carolina State. This game is sold out, which is wild.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
It's two FCS teams playing, and it's sold out. This is a game a few years ago without tickets were $5, and they had 18,000 people in Mercedes-Benz, and now it's going to be sold out. You can say all you want about Coach Prime, Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
But he's got a good team, and he's marketed them well.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's done that job. And South Carolina State's a good football team too. We're undefeated in the MEAC, so it'll be an interesting matchup, I think, to see what's between those two teams. A fun game down in Atlanta. This one, first of all, I think Chris Fowler has Reese Davis, one of them has no idea what this is. The sponsor is for this. I didn't know for a while. This is the PUBG Mobile, the video game.
What an
Mexico
unbelievable
Bowl.
Sponsor. That's almost like the Raid Shadow Legends Bowl. Like, what? That's so crazy to me. PUBG Mobile, or like the Fortnite
Bowl.
The Call of Duty Warzone Bowl. Like, what?
No, it'd be wild when it comes out in 2023, the NCAA football bowl game.
Yeah.
Or we're just breaking so many rules right now.
Throw it back to 2007. There should have been a Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock Bowl. Like,
the trophy's just a golden controller.
Yeah, it's a golden controller that is actually operational. And every team, you don't get packages for going to this bowl game. All you get a free PS2 with a copy of the game
and a controller of your team on it, like the colors.
Oh, that's sick! I want that. I want that so bad.
At the end, the MVP's got to play for the Fire and the Flames on the video board.
I love it.
This would be great. Where were we? Where was this 14 years ago?
God. This should have been oh gosh, what was the bowl game that was always on like January 6th, but it was like
the International Bowl up in like Canada or something. Yeah,
the one that like Central Michigan, when they had Dan Lefevre, used to always go to. Like, it should have been that bowl game.
Oh man, this one is Fresno State and UTEP. Fresno State, our boy Jake Hayner, still a solid season. 3,810 yards, 32 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. I think he's playing in this game. Fresno State doesn't have a coach, by the way, so that's going to be interesting to see. Against UTEP, who's turned it around. UTEP, usually a really bad team, finished 7-5 this year. Didn't end strong. They were 6-1 at one point, I believe. Just kind of fell apart toward the end. But hey, they got to the bowl game, and that's all you can. That's all I can say for a job well done down at UTEP.
Mm-hmm.
This one, the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl, BYU and UAB. First of all, BYU is number 13 in the country, and they're going to the Independence Bowl, which is
that's disrespectful.
Yeah, it's very disrespectful, but it should be a good game against UAB. Bill Clark has done a heck of a job there, getting them back after the team was shut down, keeping them together. It should be a fun game at least, for sure. Then at 5:45, you have the Lending Tree Bowl in Mobile, Alabama. It's not in Lad Peoples, thank God, so you get to actually play in a good stadium.
Right.
It's Liberty in Eastern Michigan. This is a game I feel like this is going to happen, but it could be really fun because Malik Willis is playing in it.
Yeah.
Eastern Michigan, 7-5, classic MAC team. Just kind of snuck up and beat some people they shouldn't have. But it could get weird, could get interesting. It's probably going to be one of those we're going to look back and go, this was a really stupid game, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Next one, 7:30. Your first Power 5 game. It could be a fun one. But first of all, it's the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl presented by Stifle.
These names are wild.
These are so stupid.
So like Lending Tree's pretty normal. That one stuck around for a while, but like the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl.
Yeah. Presented by Stifle. I don't know what Stifle is, but you know what?
Is Jimmy Kimmel going to do his like night show at halftime or something?
That's the halftime is the show.
It's in SoFi Stadium. It's
Why is SoFi not presenting this?
How many people you think will show up to this game? How many fans does SoFi hold? Probably like 70.
Yeah, that's maybe. I would say less than half.
Yeah.
I don't know how many Utah State fans there are out in the world. Oregon State, I feel like, has less. Oh, that's the game. It's Utah State and Oregon State. Utah State, the Mountain West champions, excuse me.
Yeah.
Utah State might win this game pretty good.
Yes, Utah State is good.
Yeah. Stifle, by the way, is a financial firm with the most corporate-looking, boring website. It's one of those financial investment things, whatever, that has a bunch of money for some reason and sponsors bowl games.
Over under for this game is 67.5. Tickets are as low as $21.
Hey,
let's go.
All right. And your final game on Saturday. This one stuck around for a while. R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl, Louisiana and Marshall. That could be a really fun game in the Superdome. It's going to be a Louisiana home game.
Yes,
for sure. Levi Lewis, quarterback for Louisiana, is a lot of fun. But Marshall, really good team, consistently good team, and they score 34 points a game. So this could be a fun one as well.
Oh yeah.
December 20th, the Myrtle Beach Bowl in Conway.
Yay.
Is Old Dominion and Tulsa. All right. Old Dominion makes sense for this selection because they're like 5 hours away. Tulsa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get to come to the Myrtle Beach Bowl, but you don't even get to go to the beach.
Yeah, you're 45 minutes away. You're 45 minutes away. Yeah. At least you got a nice stadium to play in. I don't know.
Yeah, and you know, some of these Tulsa kids, they don't always get to even sniff the beach. So.
Exactly. You know, I feel like Old Dominion's those kind of like, we live in Norfolk. We're right near the beach. Like,
yeah, we're right near probably a much nicer beach.
Yeah.
Myrtle Beach sucks for all you people that go to Myrtle Beach.
It does. It really does. It's going. What's the weather for this? I don't see a weather for this yet. It's probably gonna be windy and cold too, because around this time it's always windy and cold down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this is gonna be. It's also 2:30 on a Monday is when this game's being played. So yeah, that's what tells you about all you need to know about Myrtle Beach Bowl.
Yeah.
December 21st, Kent State and Wyoming in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl at Albertson Stadium. It's at 3:30 in the afternoon as well.
It's gonna be frigid.
Yeah, it's gonna be cold. 35 degrees. They have weather for this one. 35 degrees at Albertson Stadium. Wyoming used to that. They play there almost every other year because they play Boise. Kent State from Ohio. They get to see Dustin Crum. Who's a pretty good quarterback for the Golden Flashes.
I hope they wear those light blue uniforms.
Those light blue uniforms are gorgeous.
Oh my God. If they were light blue and Oregon goes like yellow over brown, oh my gosh. What a uni matchup.
On the blue field. Oh,
God. Oh, I'm excited for that game.
I know. I want to see the uni reveals for this one. Let's go. Then finally, you have the Tropical Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl. This is going to be a fun one. This is a really fun one. UTSA and San Diego State couldn't be more opposite teams in how they operate. UTSA is going to try to score like crazy. San Diego State's going to try to stop you with the punt god, Matt Ariza.
Yeah.
Who got some votes for the Heisman. He got some third place votes for the Heisman. So good for him. But yeah, this is going to be a fun game. Good to see UTSA in a big primetime game against a good team like San Diego State. And hopefully, we can see both these teams go at it again. Two entirely different types of offenses, but could be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
see that one. December 22nd, the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. How did Missouri get to a bowl game?
Because they beat South Carolina.
Well, their rewards, they got to play the troops. They play Army in this one. Army's going to beat them.
Yeah, it's always fun to watch, teams who are not used to the option, which is a lot of teams, but especially like an SEC team like Missouri, see how they can handle the option attack with Army.
Every time Army plays a Big Ten team, for that first quarter, there's just pure panic in everybody's eyes.
Yeah,
hilarious.
Like when they almost beat Michigan.
I just remember when they almost beat Oklahoma.
That too.
And took them to overtime. And Army had the ball 4 times that entire game and almost won.
Yeah.
They just couldn't stop them on defense. That's the only reason Army lost. But yeah, no, this is going to be. I think it was a few years ago. Army played somebody. I think it was San Diego. It might have been San Diego State. And everybody was like, "Oh, it's going to be a close game." And I think Army got up 35-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, oh my God.
This is going to be a fun game because obviously Army runs the ball a lot, but so does Missouri. And they do have Tyler Beatty in the backfield who has 1,600 yards. It's his last game in college. So it will be fun to see how he goes out and see if he could eclipse, like if he has a big day, eclipse 1,800 yards.
Yeah. Interesting to see. 3rd on 3:30. You have Miami, Ohio against North Texas in the Frisco Football Classic. This game was invented this year because we had a weird number of bowl teams, and it's a classic.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's being played at the same stadium that the Frisco Bowl is being played just 2 days later, by the way.
Yeah, that's dumb. Why would they not stretch that out a little bit more? But
yeah. Congrats to Miami, Ohio, and North Texas for getting there.
Yeah. Also, Miami, Ohio. Don't forget, they're quarterbacked by Blaine Gabbert's little brother.
Mm-hmm. So this will be a football game that will be played. So
yeah,
go watch it. Another bowl game that is sold out. The Union Home Mortgage Gasparillo Bowl, UCF and Florida. There's going to be at least 4 fights in this game.
Yep.
And I'm excited because UCF has wanted to play Florida for years. Florida kept saying no. They agreed to a game in like 2028 or something crazy like that. Yeah, no. Florida had a bad year. UCF had a good year. So Gasparillo Bowl's like, okay, y'all playing each other.
Yep, let's do it. We'll give you an early dose, and Florida sucks. So
yep. Of course, this is pre-Billy Napier as well.
Yeah.
Florida. He's still not quite the head coach yet. He'll probably be at the game. I'm ready for a fight because these two teams have been talking smack to each other. They probably grew up playing with each other and against each other in high school. This is going to be a fun one, I think, just for the pure. It could be a horrible game, but there's going to be some fights in this one.
Yeah.
December 24th, Christmas Eve, the Easy Post Hawaii Bowl as Hawaii hosts Memphis. This is at Hawaii. This is at the University of Hawaii's campus because, of course, they tore down the Aloha Stadium because it was horrible.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah. They tore it down, and so now you get to see Hawaii. Basically, it's another home game, which is nice. Hawaii didn't have fans for half the year because COVID was really bad out there. Mm-hmm. So it's good just to get them to get the one more game in front of their home fans, too.
Yeah.
I can say Memphis has been so up and down. They got that win over Mississippi State, controversial, but they've just been so up and down this year, has been Memphis. So try to go out with a win.
Right.
Christmas Day. Yeah, Christmas Day bowl game at the Crampton Bowl in Montgomery, Alabama. At the Taxac Camellia Bowl, Georgia State and Ball State at 2:30 in the afternoon. Where else would you want to be on Christmas Day, Waff?
I literally was thinking the same thing. Where else would you want to be? Would you want to be at home opening presents? No, I want to be at the Crampton Bowl.
Exactly. Yeah. And what's the weather predicted for this? They haven't had the weather yet on here. Watch it be really cold and rainy or something. Just everybody's miserable. But this game will be interesting. But cozy up by the fireplace and watch the Camellia Bowl with your friends and family.
Yeah.
December 27th, the Quick Lane Bowl up in Detroit. This is a game I would never want to go to, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's Western Michigan and Nevada. So it's going to be, I think, going to be a pretty fun game. Remember, Western Michigan beat Pitt.
Western Michigan beat Pitt, and Carson Strong for Nevada is not playing because he is preparing for the NFL draft. So
that's disappointing. At least Western Michigan gets basically a home game.
Yeah, and that's why Western Michigan is also a 4.5 point favorite. So
is that 11 a.m. Eastern? That's 10 a.m. Central Time.
Oh, why?
Tickets are as low as $8 for a reason.
Yeah. Would you rather go to the Crampton Bowl or Detroit? Crampton Bowl.
Crampton Bowl. Yeah. At least Crampton Bowl, I'm going to the game and getting out, I feel like. Here, I'm going to go to Detroit, and I'm like, maybe I try to make a weekend of it, and then bad things happen.
It's not good for anybody. It's like going to a Pistons game. It's not good for anybody.
Exactly. Also on December 27th that afternoon, Boston College and ECU at 2:30 in the Military Bowl over at the Navy Marine Corps Stadium. Props to ECU for getting the 7-5, and they were close to beating some teams. Almost beat South Carolina, of course. And played some other teams close in the American. They played Houston close, played UCF close. So this is a team Mike Houston has got an extension from them because he's got them back in the right direction. It's their first bowl game since Ruffin McNeil got fired. So the curse might be over.
Yeah.
Boston College kind of fell apart with the injury to Phil Dracovic. So interesting to see how they respond in this game. I just remember a few years ago, Navy played Virginia in this bowl game, and Navy beat the tar Virginia like 45-0. So that's all I can think about when I see this game. December 28th. Now you're starting to get into, we have a game every day, or multiple games every day. Auburn and Houston in the Birmingham Bowl. This is a big time game for Houston to kind of show for Dana Holgerson to kind of show some people like, hey, we took Cincinnati to the limit for a bit, and let's go beat a Power 5 team. Get Auburn without Bo Nix. He's transferring out. That's South Carolina. That's who you should have gotten. I'm just saying.
Shut up.
He's undefeated against Nick Saban.
Shut up.
He's undefeated against Nick Saban.
Shut your mouth.
Bojangles sponsorships right there too, by the way. Just saying. Yeah,
that's true.
Anyway, Birmingham Bowl. All I can think about is that thread about the time South Carolina went to the Papa John's Bowl against UConn, and it was disgusting. And UConn.
All right, that's two statements in a row that have pissed me off. Stop. That game sucked. It was in Birmingham, and it was like 15 degrees
and raining,
and we lost to UConn. God bless, man.
They ran out of Papa John's pizza. Papa John's.
It's so bad. We lost 20-6. I'm not getting into it. Just move on, please.
Clayton Tune, the quarterback of Houston, should have a field day in this one. Auburn's probably gonna have a bunch of people opt out, and so we'll see what happens in this one.
Yeah.
The Serve Pro First Responder Bowl, Air Force and Louisville. Air Force is going to run all over Louisville.
Yes.
Louisville has Malik Cunningham, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And you know
that is it. That is the bottom. It's over.
Yeah. And again,
after Malik Cunningham, nothing.
This is going to be one of those games where you're going to see Louisville's eyes get real big in that first quarter, the first time they see a triple option play.
Yeah.
So, interesting to see how they respond to that. Louisville's picked to win this game, but I'm not sure.
I've always respected Air Force just because they run the option, but they'll also like pull out the power eye, and they'll pull out the Maryland eye and the wishbone. Like they'll do a bunch of.
And then sometimes they'll just drop back and pass. And like, what is going on with this team?
Yeah, like I love that.
Yeah, quietly went 9-3 this year. They're a very good team.
Yeah, they were right there. They were right there in it for the Mountain West, and we talked about it before. But that game against Nevada, that was a heck of a ball game this year. Late night, Pac-12 after dark. Eat your heart out. Mountain West after dark. That's where it's at.
Yeah. Next game, this is going to be a big one. AutoZone Liberty Bowl between Mississippi State and Texas Tech. Mike Leach back against Texas Tech for the first time since he left there. This one's going to be no defense at all. The over-under is 59.5. Will Rogers versus Henry Colombi, who hasn't looked great as quarterback. He had to come in and kind of step in after an injury, but still, both teams averaging 30 points a game.
Yeah.
And this game is going to be insane. I think they're going to break the scoreboard in this one. It could also get real weird real late because it's a Mike Leach coach team. So,
yeah.
8 o'clock, the San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl.
Fun.
UCLA and NC State. This is going to be a lot of fun. First of all, it's being played in Petco Park because, again, Qualcomm Stadium is no longer there.
Stupid.
So we're playing in a baseball stadium. Again, with this option available, why does San Diego State have to drive 2 hours away to play home games?
Yes, but football games in baseball stadiums suck.
Yeah, we get
except Duke versus Indiana in the Pinstripe Bowl.
There are 4 of them in a row in bowl season.
Yes.
But it's going to be weird. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, again, going to throw 4 of 16 for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. You got Dennis Leary, who's coming back, Devin Leary, excuse me, who's coming back next year for NC State.
Yeah.
That's big for them. Of course, Zach Charbonnet as well, running back for UCLA. This is going to be a crazy game. And I think this is a game where NC State can prove they're going to take a step forward.
Yeah.
Good year. NC State, again, always guaranteed 4 losses, and they're 9-3. So,
yep. Over 60.
Ooh, that's going to be a crazy game. And then finally, at 10:15 on a Tuesday night, I know what you want to watch is a guaranteed rate bowl from Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona, between West Virginia and Minnesota.
You know it. I'm all about it.
Low-key going to be fun. Tanner Morgan versus Jared Doge. Or Jarrett Doge. However you say his name.
Daggy. I think it's Daggy.
I think it's Doge, like the Husky meme. It's funny.
Fair enough.
Props to Neil Brown for getting West Virginia back to a bowl game because West Virginia was bad for a while.
Yeah.
Now back to the bowl game again. Tanner Morgan, not a great season, but can go out with a pretty good game here.
Yeah.
December 29th, wake up early at 11 a.m. It's the Wasabi Fenway Bowl.
Is it just like Wasabi as a whole, or is there like
is it a company?
A company just named Wasabi, or are they just going to have like
the
free
sauce?
Wasabi? They're going to have Wasabi samples for everybody at the stadium. Everybody's going to be feeling a deep burn in the back of their nose as they're watching this game.
That deep burn you feel is Virginia football and Wasabi. Okay, there is a company called Wasabi. What is this? It's like a tech company.
But why it's like called Wasabi.
I don't know. The logo is green, and the logo is green. Yep, this is it. The Wasabi Fenway Bowl.
Okay, sure.
All right, it's the first Division I bowl game to be held in New England. Did not know that.
Oh, interesting.
It's at Fenway Park. The Gillette Stadium's right there.
Wait. I knew it was at Fenway Park, but I just thought about this. How is the field going to fit?
They did it for Harvard Yale a few years ago, and it barely fit because Piskey's pole is that close, you know.
Yeah, and where does the Green Monster come into play? Like I
remember, I gotta look up the Harvard Yale layout.
Let
me see if I have it. They probably have a picture somewhere too, but let me see. I know Harvard Yale played at Fenway Park because I was like the first, and I think Notre Dame played Boston College there one year. Okay, they played it. So they had, it actually fits pretty well. So they took away where home plate is one end zone.
Okay. Oh yeah,
the outfield.
I'm looking at it now. I see it.
So it fits pretty well.
In my head, I just feel like there's no way that should work.
Yeah. It's not as bad as like Wrigley Field, where I can't use one of the end zones or whatever.
Yeah, no, that sucks.
But like this doesn't look bad.
Yeah.
It just looks weird. So hopefully that's the way they go with it. No, what's funny too is that both Virginia teams are playing in baseball stadiums right after each other, because next is a new era Pinstripe Bowl, Virginia Tech and Maryland, the old ACC matchup.
Yeah.
At Yankee Stadium. So interesting there. You got ACC Classic matchup again. Maryland always the greatest team in September, and they fall apart.
Yes.
But Tyler Tagovailoa had a pretty good season this year for Maryland, and they got back to a bowl game. So that's all you can ask for, I think, of Maryland right now is to just get to a bowl game every year. So then 5:45, we talked about this, the Cheez-It Bowl between Clemson and Iowa State at Camping World Stadium at 5:45. Again, Wes Goodwin, you got to go against Breece Hall and Brock Purdy. Pretty good offense, pretty good defense Clemson's going to go up against. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Hopefully some of those players that were banged up at the end of the year can get back and play at least this game.
Yeah.
And also maybe it's a DJU has to kind of show like, hey, I should still be the starter going into next year.
Yeah. I wonder if somebody like Andrew Booth I wonder if he's going to sit out.
That's what I'm wondering too. I haven't heard anything about that because Mario Goodrich has a lot of stuff. Haven't heard anything about Skowski either. It's going to be interesting to see who sits out. Clemson hasn't had anybody sit out because they've been in playoff games. So it's interesting to see what happens there. But this should be a pretty good game. I think right now Iowa State's picked to win by 1.5 right now.
Yeah. Kind of surprising to me, but
yeah, it's kind of surprising to I guess just because of Breece Hall and Brock Purdy are better than the combination of DJU and Will Shipley, I guess is what they're saying.
I guess so. But,
yeah, it'll be a good game. I think it'll be a really good game and a good proving point for this new staff moving forward. See what they can do. 9:15. This is a big time matchup. The Valera Alamo Bowl, Oregon and Oklahoma.
Yeah,
this is a really fun game. Oregon trying to shake off the cobwebs. They've looked bad the last few weeks of the season. Oklahoma, and of course, both teams moving forward with new coaches too.
Yeah.
So this is the interims coaching those games, but this should be really fun to see these two offenses play each other.
Yeah.
Alamo Bowl's not too kind to Oregon.
No, yeah, they had that heartburn against TCU. What a game!
That was wild. This is usually a fun game every year, and this is a big time game for sure.
Yeah.
December 30th, Duke's Mayo Bowl, Waffle. North
Best
Carolina,
mayonnaise in
South
the world,
Carolina.
baby. There is no other mayonnaise. If you use anything else, don't talk to me, Richard.
Listen, I was poor. Needed some mayonnaise. I got Ingles brand.
I don't care how poor you are. You don't betray Duke's mayonnaise. It's a way of life. That's going to be my new Twitter bio. Yeah, North Carolina, South Carolina. I guess an old rivalry restored, a game that we've seen a couple times over the past 8 years, and North Carolina has won the won the last meeting a couple years ago. Sam Howell's freshman year, first year with Mac Brown back at the helm, and Carolina won the previous matchup. Won the previous matchup early in a season when Carolina went 3-9 and North Carolina made the ACC title game. And then they played in like 2012 when Carolina was, going through the golden years, and Carolina did win early in the season. But Charlotte has not been kind to South Carolina Gamecocks. I hope we can figure that out. Last time we played here was the Belk Bowl, and 28-0 against Virginia. I don't even remember that game because I just tried to push it out of my mind. But UNC opening as a 8.5 point favorite. So we will see. The over-under is 58.5. We'll see. I haven't heard anything about maybe like JJ Enagbare, who's supposed to be a big time draft pick from Carolina. Haven't heard anything about him not playing, so I don't really know. I would like to win. I'd like to overcome the Charlotte Demons, but we'll see. This is big, and Shane Beamer, obviously, especially after the past Monday we just had, has done a fantastic job recruiting. But this is a big recruiting matchup, between North and South Carolina. So it'd be a good one for Shane Beamer to win, and kind of get some of those people on his side in terms of that. But I'm excited for it. I just don't like Charlotte. I'm scarred.
What's funny is that they're playing each other again in Charlotte in like 2 years to open the season. So it's weird to see how that worked out.
Right.
This is a sneaky good game. The Perfect Music City Bowl, Tennessee and Purdue at 3:00 in Nashville. David Bell, unfortunately for Purdue, he's already moved on. But you still have that Aiden O'Connell at quarterback, who's really good, against Hendon Hooker, who's coming back for Tennessee next year.
Yep.
That's a game changer for them. Josh Heupel got them far ahead than everybody thought they would be.
Yeah.
So they're 7-5 going to the bowl game. A chance to prove it against a sneaky good Purdue team that went 8-4 and again beat Michigan State. So this is not a bad Purdue team at all.
Yeah. Josh Heupel and Shane Beamer, two of the best hires of this past year, both have home run hire potential.
Yeah.
And they've both started off really good. And if they can accentuate that with 2 bowl wins would be really nice. But this game's going to be stupid fun. I'm excited. 63.5 over under. So points galore.
Yeah. This is going to be wild for sure. Next game is going to be wild. Pitt and Michigan State in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl.
I'm so ready.
This game will be fun. Kenny Pickett. Of course, we didn't really talk about a Heisman. Bryce Young won the Heisman, which we all kind of thought would win that. Yeah. But Kenny Pickett finishing second, I believe, or did he finish third?
No, he finished third because Hutchinson finished second from Michigan.
Second. Yeah, that was wild. Kenny Pickett looking to go out strong. Kenny Pickett looking like a good candidate to replace Big Ben up in Pittsburgh too, which would be kind of wild. You also have Kenneth Walker in this game, who was a Heisman candidate for most of the year and then kind of fell off toward the end because of injuries and stuff. But Michigan State found an offense, and that's why they were pretty good in most games. Again, the game they lost against Ohio State, they couldn't find it, but
right.
Peyton Ford against Kenny Pickett is going to be a lot of fun, for sure. The over-under is 60, and Michigan State's picked to win by 1.5. This is going to be just an instant classic, I think.
Yeah.
This game between two really good quarterbacks. So, and then you want the exact opposite of that? Stay up late for 10:30 and the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl between Arizona State and Wisconsin, where the over-under is 42.
Ew.
This is these are two teams that play defense. And again, Wisconsin was not a bad team, 8-4. They just had a tough schedule.
Yeah.
And Graham Mertz, I think, wasn't as good as people thought he would be this year. But still, chance for Wisconsin to end on a high note, and then Arizona State, they started off great and kind of fell apart.
Yeah,
as well. So one of these teams looking to continue on a high note and just end the season on a high note after just a rough year are lower standards than they expect. But again, this is going to be a slow, methodical, pound the ball type of game.
Yep.
And if you enjoy that, great. But man, after that Pitt Michigan State game, I don't know what I'm going to be.
It doesn't live up to the hype and the fast pace Las Vegas. Let me just say that.
This city that never sleeps, and they fell asleep.
Yeah, there will be a lot of people sleeping during this one. Probably me.
New Year's Eve, as there are always big time games on New Year's Eve, and we start with an absolute banger: the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl between Wake Forest and Texas A&M at 11 a.m. No Zach Calzada for Texas A&M. He is transferring.
Yeah, transferring. That's kind of surprising.
I know that is very surprising because he was the guy that led them to that win over Alabama, of course. Interesting to see what happens at the quarterback situation at Texas A&M.
Yeah.
But still, Isaiah Spiller still in this game. Of course, this is Sam Hartman's last game for Wake Forest. Hopefully, he can go out better than he did in the ACC championship. But Texas A&M over under 57.5. Texas A&M picked to win by 5. Just the fact that Wake Forest is 10-3 is amazing.
Yeah.
And the fact that they are number 17 in the country is phenomenal. If they can stamp it with this big time win to get an 11-win season, that's huge for Wake Forest.
Yes, it is.
At noon, you have the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl.
Love it.
Washington State and Miami. This one could break the scoreboard because you have Javin DeLaura, Washington State, and then Tyler Van Dyke of Miami. Over under 59.5. So, and Miami found a quarterback. It wasn't the guy we thought it would be.
Right.
But, man, this is going to be a fun game. Miami's set up for some success, especially with Mario Cristobal coming in. Again, I hate what they did to Manny Diaz.
Yeah.
And also Max Borghi, I feel like he's been there for 15 years at Washington State. At running back, he is finally a senior. So hopefully he can go out with something big for them. This next game, there's one reason to talk about it. It's the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl.
Yeah.
It'll be shown on Barstool, which is pretty interesting to think about. Is Central Michigan and Boise State. The halftime show is Scott Stapp from Creed.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's the only reason to watch this game.
Yeah.
On Barstool is going to be streaming it, I guess, on their app. I'm sure. I think that's how they're streaming it.
I guess, or you could probably watch it on the website or something.
Yeah, on Twitter or something. Yeah. This could be an interesting game too. But yeah, just watch the halftime show. That's the main reason to watch it.
I'm interested to know what the gifts for the players are.
That is going to be
bowl game. I think that would be
like
if I'm a college kid, and I still do like Barstool and all a lot of content they put out, but I think that swag bag, whatever you want to call it, I think that would be the dopest one.
Yeah, especially if you win, stuff you're going to get, that probably going to be.
Or either the older professional me loved the Belk Bowl because I was just like, God, I want to shop and spree to Belk. That'd be great.
I want some watches.
But what does Carolina and North Carolina get for the Duke's Mayo Bowl? Like that? Can I just get so much mayonnaise, please? A lifetime supply.
Last year they kept teasing that there was mayonnaise in the cooler, dump on the winner. It didn't happen. Could you imagine Shane Beamer or Mac Brown just covered in mayonnaise in the game?
I love it.
That Shane Beamer said he's all for it, so I'm like, I kind of want Carolina. I kind of want South Carolina to win this game. I kind of want to see it happen. And of course, main event. This is what you're here for. It's the college football playoff games starting at 3:30. The Cotton Bowl, Cincinnati, number 4 against number 1 Alabama. Again, Cincinnati's in. It's like heaven and earth moving.
Yep,
everything going right for them, but Cincinnati gets in now. You just got to keep it close.
Yep.
That's all I'm asking. I'm not, if they can win, holy cow, it's the biggest upset in postseason history.
Yeah.
But you got to keep it close. You're playing.
But that's all you got to do. You don't have to win this game. You have to keep it respectable.
You got to keep it respectable. 10 points or less, I think, for sure.
Yeah.
Desmond Ridder versus Bryce Young, I think it's a fun matchup. It's just that Alabama defense is so good.
Yeah.
And they have come alive late. And of course, Nick Saban's going to have his team up for that for sure.
Yeah.
And they've been here before. They know what they're doing. It's going to be a home game for Alabama, basically, because they go in Arlington, Texas. I feel like they always pick that when it's available. They pick the Cotton Bowl. So this is going to be – I'm excited for Cincinnati. I'm scared for Cincinnati too, though, because this could get out of hand real quick.
Yeah.
And then we're going to hear from everybody, oh, never put the G5 in again. It's like, listen.
Yeah.
Everybody does that against Bama.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. But this game, I'm excited for the nightcap.
Yes.
Capital One Orange Bowl, Georgia and Michigan. Georgia's defense kind of cracked a little bit. Michigan's offense has looked really good. That's going to be an interesting matchup for sure. And then, of course, Michigan's defense with Aiden Hutchinson against this Georgia offense, which, like I said, if they don't screw up the quarterback, Georgia's fine. And now starting to look like they may have messed up at quarterback.
Excuse me.
But yeah, this is going to be a fun game for sure. Georgia wants to win so they can get that rematch with Alabama for the championship. Michigan wanting to prove it's like, all right, we beat Ohio State. We won the Big Ten finally. Now, got to prove that you can win the postseason.
Yeah, and as much as I don't like Harbaugh, this is a massive game, man. And this is gonna be so much fun to watch. I'm so ready.
This game is gonna be exciting for sure. Then New Year's Day, you have the Outback Bowl, Arkansas and Penn State. Again, once again, what Sam Pittman's done at Arkansas already.
Yeah,
insane. Number 21 in the country playing in the Outback Bowl, playing for our Bloomin' Onions this year.
Yeah,
Sam Pittman. So I am all behind Woo Pig Suey all the way.
Me too.
For sure in that one. That could be a pretty fun game too. Those two teams. 1 o'clock, Notre Dame and Oklahoma State in the Fiesta Bowl. That one's sneaky good. No Kyron Williams, though, for Notre Dame. He said he's not playing in that game. So that's kind of disappointing to see that. But still be interesting to see those two defenses against each other.
Yeah.
For sure. And Notre Dame, if they can take a step forward, Notre Dame only lost to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So Notre Dame was quietly really good and was, a couple of chances or instances away from being in the playoffs. So, also at 1 o'clock, Iowa and Kentucky in the Citrus Bowl. This is going to be run at each other as hard as possible.
Yeah. Hot take, bowl prediction, Kentucky by double digits.
I can see that for sure because that Iowa offense is bad.
It's so bad.
Mark Stoops has made Kentucky consistently a really good team.
Yes, Mark Stoops has done a freaking-tastic job.
And if it wasn't for Georgia, they'd have a chance. And Florida in those pretty good years, they'd have a chance some years to go beat for championships. So if he can get over that hump, he's going to be one of the greatest coaches for sure for that turnaround.
Yeah.
This is going to be a lot of fun. The Rose Bowl is Ohio State and Utah. Ohio State trying to answer some questions about, didn't look great against Michigan.
Yeah.
And they kind of stumbled at the end of the year. Utah just turned up the pressure, blew out Oregon. It's their first ever trip to the Rose Bowl, which is always exciting for these teams. This is going to be a lot of fun, I think.
Yes, and if you put any weight in the transitive property, Oregon beat Ohio State. Now, that was obviously a long time ago. Ohio State's played a lot better, been a different team, and Utah blew out Oregon. So, who knows? I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. And finally, the All-State Sugar Bowl, Ole Miss and Baylor. Talk about breaking the scoreboard.
I'm so ready for this game.
This one's going to be exciting. Over under 55. Baylor's picked the win by 1.5. Matt Corral, a lot of people say he got snubbed in the Heisman. Should have been on that Final Four. Should have been closer on that ballot. But, man, he has a chance to prove it in his final game. And, of course, Lane Kiffin, always going to have something crazy to say leading up to this. He's been hilarious on Twitter because he's been recruiting at all these places that coaches are leaving. And I'm like, this man plans this out. That's pictures from like 4 months ago.
Yeah.
But it's going to be wild to see. Again, heck of a job that Baylor has had after, again, falling off a cliff and then having to come back up, build their reputation back up.
Yeah.
Heck of a job for Baylor. And just to be here is huge for them. And this will be a big win for the Bears. Then January 4th, I didn't realize this was a game for a while. The TaxAct Texas Bowl is LSU and Kansas State. Yeah.
Yep. Is Kansas State good? I still don't really know. I don't think so. Is LSU good? No, not really.
LSU's got a bunch of players sitting this one out too, so it's like, okay, well,
yeah.
And then January 10th, your national championship game in Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis at 8:00 p.m. I think, go ahead and give my prediction. I think it's going to be Alabama. I think it's going to be Alabama and Michigan. I think Georgia. I have questions about the quarterback. Is my thing that's holding me back from moving him. I think Alabama's going to win it, whoever they play, because they just look like the most complete team late in the season.
Of course.
I think, which of course always happens. Nick Saban always does this. But yeah, I think Alabama looks like the most complete team. Bryce Young, great end of the year, proved he was Heisman worthy. And so, yeah, I think it's going to be Alabama. But I think it's going to be Alabama, Michigan. Waff, who do you have in the national championship?
I would love. Well, let me say, I think Alabama does beat Cincinnati. And like you said, if Cincinnati pulls off the upset, that's monumental.
Yeah.
But I think Alabama disposes of them. And then, God, that Michigan Georgia game is going to be so good. I would prefer to see Michigan win it.
Yeah.
So we don't get another Bama Georgia rematch. Because I mean, we've already seen that, happen a couple years ago and everything, which was great. It was a fantastic game. And as much as I don't like Michigan, I really would like to see Michigan win this game, but I am going to say Georgia beats Michigan.
I think it's going to be whoever blinks first in that game for sure. The first turnover, I think is going to win it. Sure.
Right.
All that.